There's a question we ask each other in Fiji that sounds simple. 𝒋𝒊𝒌𝒐. On the surface, it means, where are you staying? But most of the time, that's not what we mean. We are asking, where do you work? What position do you hold? How should I treat you? I want to start with a story. I was once invited to be chief guest at a school event. It was my first time being invited in that capacity. I didn't go there expecting anything special. To me, I was just the formality part of the program. The real heroes that day were the parents, the ones that raised the children, paid the fees, showed up. So when I arrived, I didn't stand outside waiting to be announced. I went and sat with the parents, talanoa, with the teachers. I chatted with them, laughed with them. I even met one of my old university lecturers, and she had no idea I was the chief guest at the time. Everyone was calm, happy, genuine. Meanwhile, the organizers were waiting for a government vehicle to pull up. They even called the office to check if their chief guest had already left. They were told, look for a fair Chinese-looking guy. And that was me. When the teacher finally came out to get me, the shift was instant. Tone changed, posture adjusted, energy shifted. We laughed about it. And it was natural because the short exchanges we had earlier were real. There was no performance. But that moment revealed something deeper. We often rank people first before we decide how to measure up. You know, they weren't waiting for a person. They were waiting for a symbol. And in Fiji, a government vehicle usually symbolizes power, not service, power. I've traveled to remote villages before in normal government vehicles. I've seen children walking past, saluting, little kids. And part of me feels proud, but another part of me feels concerned. Because what are we teaching them to respect? The service or the power? This conditioning doesn't just happen in villages. It happens when we meet friends too. 𝒋𝒊𝒌𝒐. When someone asks me that now, I know what they are measuring. Worth. They want to know how I'm doing in life so they can react accordingly. Sometimes I answer with my home address. They get confused. Then I'll say, the family is good. And if they insist about work, I just say, I'm a government worker. That's it. No rank, no detail. Because I've noticed something. The moment position is revealed, respect adjusts. And I don't think it's malicious or, some evil intent. I think it's learned. From school, we are taught to respect authority. In villages, we see hierarchy. In government, we see structure. So we adopt it. We scale each other. But life doesn't move in straight lines. Let's say two former schoolmates meet after years. One is mopping the floors in a shop. The other is stocking cartons in a factory storeroom. What should that moment represent? Comparison? Embarrassment? I think not. No. To me, it simply means we are trying. And we will get there, whatever there looks like. Growth is not linear. Some seasons are planting, some seasons are surviving, some seasons are invisible. The person mopping floors today could be your boss tomorrow. Or the one who only answers that call when everyone else is gone. That's why respecting someone's growth channel matters more than respecting their current status, at least to me. Because status changes, character reveals itself over time. If I could reset that question culturally, 𝒋𝒊𝒌𝒐, I would shift it slightly. Not where do you work, but how are you really? How's your family? What are you building? What are you learning? Talk about the real hard truths of growth, family, life, not measure each other up. When we reduce people to position, we shrink them. When we respect trajectory, we empower them. Maybe that's the shift we need. Less power worship, more dignity, less scaling, more listening. Because one day the titles will be replaced. The vehicles will be parked. The positions will move on. But the way we treat each other in those buildings, years, that will remain. So the next time you ask someone, 𝒋𝒊𝒌𝒐, maybe pause and decide what you really want to measure. Naka.